I'm going to be taking you through how to lose stubborn belly fat. First, you'll want to work out your starting point, and this is especially important when it comes to belly fat. I'll explain later. Belly fat has always been one of the things I wanted to lose. I tried so many different diets and exercises, but seen little to no change. It's always very tempting for us to want to lose that belly fat as quickly as possible. It was until I talked to CrossFit trainers and fitness scientists who explained to me that there's actually a physiological explanation as to why belly fat can be so hard to lose. And here are the two main reasons. According to many fitness scientists, the reason why our belly fat is labelled so stubborn is because it consists of a greater type of fat cell that is more resistant to mobilization and slightly harder to burn off. Not only this, but the less blood flow a certain part of your body receives, the harder it is to burn and mobilize in that area. This links to belly fat because the subcutaneous fat covering your abdominal area receives significantly less blood flow than other parts of your body do, which is why a lot of the time in weight loss, our face, our chest, our arms are the first ones to go down. Even so, this process is not impossible, and here are the three most important steps. First of all, in order to lose fat from anywhere, you need to make sure you're in a calorie deficit, and that goes the same for if you want to lose belly fat. With a calorie deficit and regular exercise, you really do lay the foundations that could be life-changing for your results. Next, it's really important that you keep your calorie deficit and your regular exercise for long enough for your body to start to see changes. As mentioned earlier, our body will prioritize the areas that are easier to lose fat because it can go down on those areas faster, and belly fat can be one of the last places that can see a significant change, which is why a lot of us might give it a week or two, and if we don't see any changes in our belly fat, we end up trying a new diet or stopping completely. For example, in these two of my images that were taken 4 weeks apart, there is not much difference on the belly fat at all, and that could easily be discouraging for me and for me to want to quit. However, when I switch over to the back area using the exact same images, there's a significant difference, which emphasizes more so than ever why we need to continue with our calorie deficit and that it is working. And by riding this out, we give our body enough time to strip off the fat in the areas that are the most stubborn eventually. Research shows there's a correlation between body fat percentage and your abdominal blood flow, meaning that when we're leaner, we have more blood flow in the abdominal area than when we aren't. Realizing this helped me to understand that the leaner we get by reducing fat in other areas of the body, the more and more blood flow will be targeted in our abdominal area, giving us the results that we want. Which is why a calorie deficit is so recommended and emphasized in order to become leaner, as this allows the process to happen faster the leaner and leaner our body gets. Seeing results is important to all of us, and no matter what your starting point is, doing ab workouts can be extremely beneficial. Even if we can't see them, we're building up the thickness of our abdominal walls. The thicker our abs and the more we train them, the more likely we are to see results a lot sooner. Doing this at least 3 times a week and mixing in with a routine of low-level cardio. Hello Daily Student family, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all doing good. Now guys, I wanted to talk about belly fat because it's one of the most requested topics that you guys tell me. Now this video is definitely one that I really wanted to do to highlight the actual process and why we can feel like we're not seeing any results at all when it comes to our belly fat. Number one thing I mentioned, I'm going to go through food, exercise, everything like that, but the number one thing I always mention is to identify your own starting point. Now the reason why this is so important is because of the things that I explained earlier in the video, where it comes to how lean we start off, our consistency and all these other things determine how quickly we see results and how quickly the actual process ends up working as well. So identifying your starting point and really becoming comfortable in it and not comparing it to someone who might have seen results in 2 weeks, might have seen results in 1 week. The reason why it's so different is because of the two main reasons that I mentioned earlier as to why it can be so difficult to lose belly fat. The other thing we need to remember is, I thought this was so important, is that our body will lose weight in different areas a lot faster. Overall weight loss is the key to seeing results anywhere, but just because of how stubborn the fat is in certain areas of the body, we will lose it differently in different places. For example, the chest, the face can go down significantly faster, or even arms, than belly fat, than thighs, and because of that exact reason. A lot of the time when we end up not seeing results in belly fat, and I know I am one of these people, we can give up, try a new diet, diet, try a new workout, and all these other things. And the issue with that is highlighting the fact that, for example, week 1 you might see a change in your face, week 2 you might see a change in arms, or 4, 5, depending on whoever it is. Those things will go down first. Belly fat might end up being in week 6 or 7 where we see a significant shift in the goal that we had set in mind. If week 7 and 8 is the place where your body decides it has a significant shift that you can see, a lot of us end up stopping at week 3 and tarnishing the possible results we will end up seeing. And it just goes to show that you will see results in your belly fat, you will see results in your process, but it's probably going to be one of the last things to change. But you need to ride out the calorie deficit, you need to ride out the workouts, you need to keep going, because it will go down, but just know it might not be the first thing, because that's just how the stubborn fat in our body works, explained by the scientific evidence that you can either research or check back at the beginning of the video that I mentioned. Another thing to really emphasize in this is the reason why it's so important to really ride out those workouts, really ride out those calorie deficits, is actually, in actual fact, as annoying as it is, the leaner we get, the faster our results end up coming through. We've seen the ab challenges where we see other people who are much slimmer than us getting results so quickly, or some people just get results so quickly, and it tends to be the correlation between being slightly leaner gives us more blood flow in the abdominal area, and more blood flow in the abdominal area has a correlation to being able to lose fat in that area a lot faster. So ideally you just want to keep going, because you'll get to a certain point where the results start coming and showing through so much faster, because our body just works scientifically better that way. When we are leaner, we'll see our abs more, we'll see the tiniest of changes a lot faster the leaner and leaner and leaner we get. So it just goes to prove you just have to keep going, try and get that body fat percentage down, keep going at your calorie deficit, push into the leaner and leaner and leaner levels of your own body to keep that progress going. Some of the most amazing ways to ensure that this process is happening is by doing your ab workouts. Although depending on where our starting point is, we might not see those abs, that slimmer waist, that lower belly fat as quickly as possible, but by doing ab workouts you are actually building up that abdominal wall, that abdominal muscle. And when you're doing that, you're allowing your body to get more into those leaner stages, so that there's a higher possibility that a lot earlier on you can see results faster as someone who's done those ab exercises, someone who's done those workouts, than someone who wouldn't have done those workouts at all. So the correlation between doing those workouts gives you the hope and the motivation of seeing results a lot faster, and that's really important and key when you are on your journey, to know that that process can really push things along. When you want to advance these workouts, when you want to make sure you're doing the right workouts, there are so many ab workouts and ab routines online there where you can even advance them to doing them weighted. We all know that weighted workouts can really help by building up that muscles, because we're adding that resistance, we're adding that tension to give ourselves a much higher burn. The more fat we're burning, the more the workout's burning, the better opportunity we have to really be creating that really intense, heavy burn workout. However, I'm now going to mention a really important point in that whole process when you are at the stage of even doing your workouts. Now, although it's really important to have the right workout, and if you want to see the workouts that I did, I'm going to leave a link down in the description, because I've done a really good in-depth video on this exactly, so you can go and see exactly what I did for my journey in the description. But when it comes to workouts, it's actually more important to focus on perfecting the actual movements and the workouts than it is to just keep switching to harder and harder workouts. The reason for this is when we're expanding and extracting the muscles in our stomach, we're really working those muscles deeper and in a more effective way. That's more effective for our overall workout and fat burning process than it is to try and quickly do a heavy workout without even getting the movements right to be giving us that really deep intensive burn. You really want to dedicate your time to perfecting movements, to perfecting posture in the workout, to perfecting how much you flow into it, to perfecting actually getting to the end of reps. Last but not least, riding out that calorie deficit, and I'm going to go into how you can actually do that effectively. First of all, for each individual person, you're going to want to calculate what your calorie deficit should be in order to get a substantial weight loss going. This is going to be different to every single person, and I always say starting off with an online calorie calculator is going to be so beneficial to give you some sort of insight of what it recommends for you to be eating. The reason why I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the longevity of doing 2 weeks, not just 2 weeks, doing 3 weeks, not just 3 weeks, and continuing ongoing, because weight loss is calories in versus calories out. As long as as you are in that deficit, you will continue to lose either body fat or weight. If your weight is not going down on the scales, your body fat percentage will go down. And for example, in 2 weeks, if you really stick to it and you rode it out, you will see a significant visual difference. Something will always continuously keep happening as long as you end up riding out that calorie deficit. And this is so crucial and important to your results and could be life-changing difference in order to end up seeing those results. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you'd like more of these videos, do give it a massive thumbs up. I've absolutely loved doing this video for you. Don't forget to come over and follow my podcast page and also my inspirational fitness page on Instagram, where you get a more daily update each and every day. Don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up, subscribe and join the fitness family over here. I'd love to have every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye guys.